I have my dream job. But even dream jobs have not so dreamy parts. That's where ServiceNow's AI specialists come in. They don't just tell you what to do about your busy work, they actually do it. That way your team can focus on what matters. To learn how to put AI to work for people, visit servicenow.com. Hey everyone, welcome to Serve, brought to you by ServiceNow. It's over. Well, JW, it's over. Producer Mike, Techie Sean, it's all over.
You made it.
Do you remember how long ago it was that Kecmanovic was up 2-1 on Sinner?
We were worried about the forehand. He didn't play any tune-ups. He was coming off the Roland Garros that didn't go his way. What was going to happen with Jannik Sinner?
We were all we weren't that worried about it, but it was alarming. Zverev put up a good fight. I thought he played the right way. Sinner wins 6-7, 7-6, 6-3, 6-4. Second Wimbledon.
Defense. Yep.
Wimbledon defense. I got some for you. Ready for this?
What do you got?
He has held 87 consecutive times against Sasha Zverev.
who's not the worst. His length. Who's not the worst returner. That's impressive.
I don't care if you hold 87 times against your cat.
Exactly.
Like that, it doesn't make sense.
Vienna final, I think.
87 consecutive times he has held serve.
That's a lot of serving.
Against Zverev. How's this? Finals weekend, doesn't get broken against the greatest returner of all time, Novak Djokovic. Doesn't get broken against Sasha Zverev. Faces 2 break points.
Yeah, one in each
match. Like that is, good. That's its own form of dominance.
Yeah.
I mean,
guy cleans up pretty nice after himself, this guy. He literally, it sounds like a cliche, he literally got better every round.
Yes.
58 winners, 25, and again, 25 on forced errors today against, and served great. And I thought Zverev played way better than he had certainly on clay in their previous encounters. But yeah, this was, I don't know where you want to go with this, but I think this guy got kicked in the nuts twice in Roland Garros last 2 years. Very different circumstances. And then he comes here and rolls out the title. This guy has more resilience than perhaps we give him credit for.
Totally. And he's entering the portion of his career where we judge him against his own shadow and we nitpick. And, he's lost one match in his last, close to 40 matches. And it's like, we're going to talk about that for a month. And rightfully so. Like, we expected him to win Roland Garros and, he's up and it's like a collapse. So sure, we're allowed to talk about it. And, he's not letting it define him. I mean, it's pretty impressive. I thought Zverev played a borderline perfect strategic match. Was not going to win, has not won against Sinner being passive. Right? Forces the issue on the forehand. The forehand winner you hit on set point in the first set, fully committed. Right? 6 feet behind the baseline, flatten it out, kind of middle of the court, inside out. That's not a shot that he normally chooses to hit. On the front foot the whole time, his forehand speed in set 1 was 10 miles an hour faster than Sinner's.
In set 1.
85 miles an hour versus 76 on average. I was at the desk with Malika Andrews and I said, if you would have told me that stat 2 weeks ago, you would own my house. Right? So he had to be on the front foot. It's not going to be perfect. I think and Mary Jo Fernandez made a great point in the green room. He played 3 really good sets that way. Came up on the short end twice, or in 2 of those sets. And then she was like, it takes a lot mentally to remind yourself to play that way when it's not your instinct. Every point with emphasis, going big. It's not rolling the ball over. I think there's this buildup, and I think it kind of let out in the last maybe 45 minutes of that match.
It also, it's funny you say that because you could see sometimes, I'm not a lip reader, but you could see Cahill when they cut to him, sometimes you could see him saying redlining.
Yeah.
That Zverev was just redlining. I don't, we should timestamp this. It's maybe an hour and a half after the match. I don't think they've been to press yet. 7-6, 6-7, 3-all. Zverev looked to tweak that knee, didn't call for the trainer, but it was a legit fall. He didn't win another game that set. I don't know how that much. I don't know how that impacted things like the speed of the forehand.
Yeah.
But no, I think if you're Sinner, there's a lot to be proud of, and one of them is that you played an opponent that really came loaded today, and you hung in there and did what you had to do to win.
He's just good at like kind of accepting different circumstances. And I mean, that serve, I've said it before on this show. I said it to him. He came by the desk for, ESPN ABC, and I said, listen, I read him his serving stats, and I said, after the US Open, you're sitting there, you've won 2 slams that year. You have a bad serving day against Carlos, and you walk in and you say, I needed to change things. I go, most people as successful as you don't automatically go. And he basically went on this long, thoughtful thing. It's like, hey, listen, I pay my coaches for honesty.
Right.
And he goes, I can change something. If it doesn't work, I can always go back to the other thing. And he has this way of taking like very complex things that would drive me insane, and I would think about them and overthink about them and kind of making them very simple. He's like, why wouldn't I adjust? I'm like, all right, I don't know. I don't know. I mean, he's very clear-headed. There's a lot of noise, whether it's, everything that went on last year, whether it's, your body's letting you down, heat. I've never once seen him be impatient with a question. Like, the heat thing, he answered it. I watched him answer it 50
times. 50 times.
Not, you don't know what you're talking about. I'm not worried. No.
Right.
Well, yeah, no, it's a real thing. We have some tests and I have to work through it. And we're going to and it was the same patient answer each time. I mean, you're the real journalist that's actually asked these questions. He has a unique patience for all of this, seemingly.
He doesn't go full Uzi of candor.
No.
This isn't Medvedev, but he also doesn't duck.
No.
But I want to go back to what you said about the U.S. Open, because I think that's a great point. He came to the U.S. Open, I think this is right, with 21 career titles. This was number 30. That was less than a year ago.
That's nothing.
No, so you talk about evolving as a player. You talk about making adjustments. Yes, Carlos isn't here, but this guy he was really, really good a year ago. He's won 10 titles since he won the 2025 Wimbledon title.
Yeah, it's absurd and defined by one loss to Novak and, a physical something at Roland Garros. But just impressive all around, can beat you in a number of different ways. All of a sudden now we're having to respect his drop shot.
Yeah.
You've heard me go on about Carlos and setting the table for the drop shot. Sinner's doing that. He's done it on big points. He did pull the trigger on one on Novak break point in the second set to go set in a break. Just kind of figures his way through things. And it's, I do want to get stat of the day because I think historical context matters. Stat of the day is 5. This one should be obvious. The easiest stat of the day we're ever going to have. Bueller?
Majors.
5 majors. All right. So he has 5 majors. We're talking about big, massive names in tennis, just past Courier. There's a couple past Andy Murray. Next up, Edberg and Becker at 6. Right? Johnny Mack, Wielander, and Alcaraz at 7. Agassi, Lendl, and Connors at 8.
Yeah.
So sorry, we're getting do we have to start? Sorry, we had a delivery. Anyways,
and
welcome to our home studio that we found on Airbnb, where the neighbors will just walk in the middle of an episode.
The Marriott, they leave it with the concierge. Exactly.
Everyone welcome. But talk about the historical context and kind of how he's marching through it. Like him and Carlos are those names now. They're those names forever.
And they were born in the 2000s. You rattle off those stats, and I think of 2 things. One of them is he came within a point of the career major.
Yep.
So that would have given him one more, but also, all the surfaces. He also, here's one for you. He won his first major on the day of the Serve podcast debut. In Australia 2.5 years ago.
He's done a lot of work. He's done a lot of work.
Oh, I'm going to go the other. It's like yesterday.
I mean, let's just be honest. The guy couldn't win a slam before we came around. I mean, it's just...
Yeah, seriously. Coincidence? You be the judge.
He was a total loser before
that.
Winner?
Correlation?
Could be you.
Point being, he's not yet 25 years old. So he's won 5 majors, and this is a new tier. but there's a lot of runway left. And he also didn't get started when he was 18 years old either. So in a very compressed time, those 5 majors have come, and there's very little to suggest that he is anywhere near done.
It's interesting too. He came by the desk, and it's good. It was fun. I played well. I'm very happy. It's so measured. I don't feel like there's gonna be like mental fatigue at any point. He kind of goes with the flow. I mean, he's just. I don't mean this in a bad way. I mean this in the most. It's admiration. Big moments, big things, calm. Simple. Let's deflate the tires a little bit. After Roland Garros, I just, it wasn't my day. My body gave out and I needed to figure it out. Like,
yep.
It doesn't feel like he's ever like desperate, outside of his physical stuff on court. You give him 10 minutes on either side of a match.
Right.
Calm, composed.
He came into our studio and you would have thought this was, Tuesday in Hattiesburg, Mississippi. I mean, there was no sense of, oh my God, and I've got to get to the ball. And this is like, we're good. I played well. Next. Like
it's
measured approach.
It's pretty incredible. We miss Carlos Alcaraz.
Yeah.
Right. We want the foil. Hopefully he's better. There's released where he's got a hole in his racket swinging through things.
I don't know which way that cuts.
I don't either. And there's like a hitting lightly. I would have. He goes out of Barcelona, finishes the match. I don't know that I would have been saying like he's not really hitting balls yet by July. So we hope for a speedy recovery. He means so much to this game. This Sinner story is just better with Alcaraz in the mix, and the Alcaraz story obviously with Sinner as well. As we project forward, like Sinner has to be just an overwhelming favorite in New York. Even if Alcaraz comes back, are the legs there? You need match reps. It's not as if he re-enters the building and all of a sudden he's the best version of right. Carlos Alcaraz.
And I mean, I don't know, you ever have a wrist injury?
I had one, but it wasn't one that was like, I fell on it.
I mean, I got to think. That's the kind of injury that also carries a mental tax as well. This isn't like my ankle feels better.
Team. Yeah. Hopefully, it's none of those things. But
exactly. Yeah. I mean, I think if you want us, we can spin to the U.S. Open a little bit, and I think his 2 biggest rivals might be heat and humidity because it's we've all had those those days in New York. But I mean, the way he's playing these last few rounds, this is borderline I mean, Zverev played really well. And he won a set.
And I want to give credit to, before we wrap this recap show, to Zverev. Mm-hmm. Never been past the 4th round of Wimbledon. You go back 2 months and you tell him, hey, you want to know what your summer's going to look like?
Yeah.
You're going to win the French Open and make the finals of Wimbledon.
DocuSign.
100% rush. Obviously disappointing if you don't win a final, but I got to think this one hits a lot less hard than his past ones because he kind of had the happy hangover from Roland Garros. It's never not going to hurt, but I would suspect there's disappointment and there's probably a happy couple of cheers for some beers and well deserved.
And no player, by the way, has ever won their maiden major and then backed it up. So to come within 2 sets is an achievement in itself. But yeah, I think you're right. I mean, if you said to him, 8 weeks ago, you're going to win a major and get to the finals of the next one, where do I sign?
So props, well done.
Yep.
Well-deserved slam. Now, does that mean he's solved Sinner?
Got a set.
In extremely fast conditions.
Right.
I think this resets at the Open. So there are still some question marks. He will be 2 in the world. He wins this. Conversation for 1 is probably a little bit more realistic for the season, but Sinner has to be overwhelming favorite. We hope healthy Carlos comes back.
Yep.
I think those are the things. We are going to do a full recap show for Wimbledon. We're leaving tomorrow, guys. We got to leave this home away from home that we found on Airbnb. Thank you to our hosts. If you are ever thinking about hosting, do it. It gives knuckleheads like us the chance to actually feel like we're in a warm place that at least mimics the best parts of our homes. So sad to be leaving this place, but happy to be heading back. Might even see producer Mike in the next couple of days, give a quick high five in person. Techie Sean, good work, man.
Excellent work.
Thank you.
Please watch Beavis and Butthead so it's not weird. Thank you all for being with us the last couple of weeks. I know I had a very busy 2 weeks. I enjoyed it very much. So apparently when JW goes to these tournaments, he is actually working. I can confirm that with my own experience from the last 2 weeks. But it's been fun. We appreciate you and Serve Nation, man. We're thankful for you. We'll always be here. Can't wait for New York. Yeah. Plenty between now and then. I'm guessing we'll see a Serena tournament between now and in New York.
Thinking the locals in Toronto, Canada in particular might be happy.
You don't say.
All right. Yeah.
All right. This is Serve, brought to you by ServiceNow. We'll see you. I have my dream job, but even dream jobs have not so dreamy parts. That's where ServiceNow's AI specialists come in. They don't just tell you what to do about your busy work, they actually do it. That way your team can focus on what matters. To learn how to put AI to work for people, visit ServiceNow.com.